Welcome back to another episode of Two Average Husbands. I'm your host, Jake.
And I'm your host, Kyle. Welcome back, everybody. Look at Jake's ghetto setup. We're so excited to have him and his brother here on this singular mic, split headphone, 1990s, early 2000s classic setup. I love it.
Listen, as Logan is about to show us, he's got a high-quality laptop, Apple. Help us out. My brother set this down on the couch in our hotel room, and that's what happened. So
I kid you not, that happened to Carly's MacBook Air, and I went on eBay and I bought a new screen for it and looked up an iFixit tutorial and did it myself.
Well, Kyle, we might be mailing this to you.
Yeah.
It is super easy to do on your own. I guess it depends. What year is that? Do you know?
2016, something like that.
It's probably pretty easy then. Carly's was a 15
No,
and it was
it was
easy.
when I first got into college.
You haven't been in college for 6 years.
Oh shit! Yeah, 2018. Because I've been in college
It's
for
probably
3.
not that difficult. Frankly, it's probably not that hard.
Anyways, Kyle, what are you drinking?
Well, you see, I was supposed to have 2 beers last week and I did not. So I'm starting off with the one that I was supposed to have and did not, which is the Crooked Lane Thirsty Pretzels Munich Dunkel.
Dunkel. Dunkelschien.
Seems like a good seasonal start.
I'm going to start out with the Wild Barrel Vice Blueberry Cherry. It's a sour beer. Logan, what do you got?
I got Fistful of Gummies, which is also a fruited sour.
Have you tried that before, Jake? That sounds familiar.
We have not. We got these from Total Wine here in Newport.
Total Wine
Coast,
out here killing the game.
out in the old Newport area. Kyle, did you know you can break 4-packs at Total Wine?
That you could what?
You can break
Oh, yeah.
4-packs.
I don't know if that's like, I've never known if that was like an allowable thing or if people just did it.
They said as long as it's not in a box, it's allowed.
Huh.
If it's like just the 4-packed like
Yeah, because
normal.
I see people doing that shit all the time, but I just never knew if that was like a standard thing that you could do or if that was something that they frowned on.
Yeah, no, we asked because we were confused.
But as always, we are rating these beers now on Untapped, so make sure you check those
True.
out. But our guests always get to go first, even if they have to break their laptop to get in the show. It's fine.
I was so mad, bro. Literally, I logged in, I set it down, and I just watched this. I just watched the crack like trickle up the screen. I'm like, are you actually fucking me right now?
Well,
Apparently, Apple is. Anyways, first topic of today, and I feel like it's pretty applicable because we're on vacation. What are your vacation do's and don'ts? I.e., what are the things that you always do on vacation and the things that you will never do on vacation?
Okay. First of all, I have to say that it's like almost ironically hilarious that you guys have a sunset picture at wherever you're staying for this vacation. It's like you're trying to like imitate being on a vacation while you're actually on vacation. I think it's kind of funny.
yeah, we just really want you to know that we're in a paradise.
In the meantime, if we want to take a hot 2 seconds while we think about this, Uncle Kyle said YouTube's not working in the chat. So
Well,
we might
I
want to
don't know
troubleshoot that
why.
and figure it out.
live troubleshoot as much as I can.
It says we're live. Let me open this in a new tab and see what...
It's right there, Jake.
I don't care about that.
Jake, it is literally on your first screen.
Sorry, everybody. Just want to make sure we're streaming everywhere.
That's good.
It is working just fine for me.
Yep, working fine for me. Okay, sorry, Uncle Kyle, if it's still not working, but either way, you're on Twitch now, so welcome to Twitch, and you like the comments better there. Anyway, so
It is much better.
here is my number one don't do on vacation. You ready?
Let's hear
Drink
it.
the water. I don't care where the fuck you are. If you are outside of the United States on vacation, you should not drink the water.
Okay, outside of the United States, that makes perfect sense.
And you might be in Europe with like the best water in the fucking world. I don't care. I feel like there's still a good chance that whatever they do differently to their water than you do is still gonna fuck your stomach up for at least one day.
I'll stick to the bottles.
I went to Europe for an entire week on a school trip. I didn't drink a single glass of water out of the tap. The people that did drink it out of the tap got sick.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. And especially like because most people, and I use this, loosely a little bit just because most people are probably like thinking vacation. They think somewhere like beachy. I think that's true for a lot of people. Maybe it's not. I don't know what your guys' interpretation of that is. But if you go somewhere beachy and out of the United States, probably a good rule of thumb not to drink the water.
Yeah, it's I'll just always play it safe. That's just kind of my personality.
Same.
Except for this next answer I'm about to give, which is when I'm on vacation, I really prefer not to eat at chain restaurants.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah.
That said, if it's a chain restaurant that's regional, like we've been to In-N-Out a few times already. We're in
Yeah.
California. We're gonna have In-N-Out. We
Something
don't
that you
get
don't
that
have
in
at home.
Illinois.
Yeah, sure.
But I think a
No,
lot of
that's good.
people, like I see a lot of people, especially a lot of influencers, who will like just go to the same restaurants. Like even like rich, famous influencers who'll go places. Like they'll come to Chicago for something and they'll still go to Nobu, but they live in LA and they go to Nobu every Friday. Like I think stuff
Yeah.
like that. I don't think like there's so many better options in a lot of places than your standard basic bitch. Let me go to this place that I already go
Yeah.
to all the time.
I'm also really bad though at like planning things out. Like Carly's way better at that than I am. So if I like go for a day, like we just go to the beach for a day, for example, right? And like we're just toasted at the end of it. I'll go fucking eat some food at a fast food restaurant
Oh
or like
yeah,
a chain
I mean,
restaurant. Like that way I'm not like trying to look up reviews and make a reservation, hunt something. Dude, when I was in Hawaii, it was, to be fair, COVID times, lines were crazy, things were just stupid in Honolulu area. But when I was there, you could have first of all, it was impossible to make a reservation. So if you wanted to like go somewhere that you didn't plan for like 2-3 days in advance, you weren't going.
right.
The lines were like 4 or 5 hours long to wait
Yeah,
for
I
like,
remember.
a fucking dinner.
I
It was
remember
crazy.
your horror experiences.
So when it
going
came
there.
down to that, we would literally just drive off the main strip where all like the local cool stuff was, and we would just go to fucking Taco Bell, dude. Like I'm not waiting 4 hours in line for something after I spent the day doing like exploring shit on the island. So like there are situations where I will, but I would say general rule of thumb, yeah, try not to, stick too much in your comfort zone.
My big do when you're on vacation, because you guys did a lot of well, you did don't you did do. My big do is always try their local alcohol.
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
have been 2 places now since I've been 21, and both times I go out of my way to get whatever their local wine, beer, whiskey, whatever it is, because typically it's better than anything you can find at home, and it's also just a lot different when you drink it straight from the place.
I
Like how
fucking
when-
love soju. If you ever go somewhere that has soju, i.e., probably Korea, South Korea, or Guam, or maybe Hawaii, if I remember right, those types of places, they all have soju, and it's
I think Japan has it as well, because I want to say my friend that's in the military has had like soju made in Tokyo.
yeah, that's probably
But
sure.
yeah, I mean, even
So
when we
true.
went to St. Kitts, they had like rum that was made on the island,
Yeah.
and it is probably the best rum I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, we got that in Hawaii. We were all day today. We were on wine tours. All day Monday, we were on wine tours here in the Temecula Valley area. So, Ken vouch, phenomenal days. They said today we drank probably the equivalent of a bottle and a half of wine apiece.
That's not so bad.
Doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, you spread it
Because we
out
had a-
enough. I don't know how.
Because we had a bunch of In-N-Out and an hour and a half car ride to sober
Yeah,
up.
soak it up. Yeah. I would say well, this is more of a don't, I guess. I'm gonna stay on the don't category, I think, which I'm a little bit hypocritical about this, but I would say try not to go to like the tourist stops. Like if you're gonna go to Honolulu, for example, don't go to
Oh,
downtown Honolulu where all the tourists are. It's terrible. It's a terrible experience, and you're not getting a Hawaii experience there. You're getting a what was designed to be a tourist trap like shopping
Yeah.
center, right? Like so try to
Yeah.
avoid those types of places and try to go explore like for example, there's like this, and I keep using Hawaii because that's the last vacation I took, but there's like this mountain trail that you can drive through, and like
Yeah.
it is like on a lot of touristy like websites. Like if you look up TripAdvisor or whatever the fuck, it's probably on there somewhere. Like not at the top though. It's literally like you just drive through this mountain and it's like all this gorgeous like plant and vegetation life and everything that you drive through. It's like stuff that people buy as like tropical houseplants here, just growing in the wild. So it's pretty cool, and you get to just and it's nobody's up there, dude. It's like completely open. It's pretty awesome. So like try to find those things. But again, I find myself in all the tourist traps anyway.
Yeah.
So I say this with a grain of salt, like knowing that I do it myself, like try to avoid it.
I was gonna say for me, it's that's one of those things where like you should make it part of your day on the trip, but you shouldn't make your whole day around going to like the place to go. Like if you
Yeah.
come to Chicago, your whole day shouldn't be going to the Bean. Like that's 20 minutes of your day, but it's
Yeah.
the touristy spot that everybody wants to go to.
It is really
like,
fucking stupid though.
yeah.
Every time I've been to Chicago, well, that's not true. Every time I went to Chicago as a kid, I haven't been there haven't gone to it when my trips to Chicago in my adult life. But when I was a kid and we went to Chicago for like vacation, we always went to see the Bean, and you'd get there and you're like, what the fuck am I looking at? Why am I here?
Yeah, you're like, okay, I got my picture.
It's really
now what?
I can't believe it stayed there as long as it has, frankly.
Well, welcome to Chicago.
Oh,
we
why
stick
it's
to
really cool.
So popular.
we
but-
stick to 8 things we do okay, and we just call it a day.
Yeah.
It's like the Bears' offense. It hasn't changed since 1985.
Defense has gotten worse though, so the team's
Yeah.
gotten a lot worse.
And that's why we can't compete anymore.
Go ahead. I got another one. We can spitball this for a little while if you want, but
I think if you're gonna go on vacation, it's worth. So a do for me is paying up to experience the trip that much better.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think if your trip is going to Disney, you should pay for the fast pass. If it's going to an amusement park, you should pay for the passes that let you skip lines. If you're going on some type of tour, you should pay for the upgraded version that lets you experience it just a little bit better. I think that like it's a vacation, you should be living it up. You should be willing to just enjoy it a little bit more.
yeah.
I agree entirely with Uncle Kyle's comment here of went to Montana and the locals don't go there. That's actually a really good point. Is if the locals don't go to an area, you probably shouldn't be going there.
Yeah. I will say though that Glacier National Park is one of the coolest national parks I've ever been to in my life. It actually, I scratch that. It is the coolest national park I've ever been to in my life. And I have pictures still on like, I think my profile picture on like Instagram or Twitter or something like that is still from Glacier National Park. It is fucking amazing in that national park. Like I was in the area for a wedding and I just happened to get to go to Glacier because it was like, we had an extra day there. Yeah. And so we're like, let's make a day trip out there. And so we drove out there. And it is a tourist trap when it comes to like actually traveling up there because the parking lots are like, people will circle in the parking lot for hours waiting for a spot. It's ridiculous. But then you take this like nice, unmuted burp number one. You take a nice long trail. It's a nice little walk out there and you're in the mountains the whole time. There's like mountain goats just all over the place. Like these huge, like really freaking cool mountain goats. And then you finally get past all that and the scenery is just fucking beautiful out there. So Glacier's definitely worth going to if you ever go to Montana. But really quick to ping off of Jake, I was going to say the same line of thing there, but I was going to say if you're going to go to a like resort, you have to go to an all-inclusive resort.
Yeah.
Because especially if you're going to go to one where like you don't plan on leaving the resort, if you're paying for like food, but like you're dumb. You're wasting your fucking money. Like go all-inclusive if you're going to go. Generally speaking, you can find the deals if you're looking around enough to go to whatever the destination is to some like all-inclusive. Definitely look up the reviews. Don't go to like a 3-star like all-inclusive. Try to go to like a 4-star all-inclusive.
Yeah, at least hit 4. No, I agree with that. Like if you're gonna do, like I think that's the one thing that I think is a little bit like lesser about what we do on our vacations. Like we're staying at a resort, but we're not. Like it's not all-inclusive, or if that is an option, we didn't like our family didn't pick that.
Yeah.
So like when we get drinks at the pool, they're like $20 a piece. It's just
gross.
Yeah, it's just not great math. But yeah, I think if I was going to do it, like if Jess and I ever went on a vacation, just us, like, and we were going to stay somewhere for a week out of the country or somewhere tropical, etc. I think I'd almost like, I'd refuse not to do all inclusive at that point.
I'm almost 100% certain that like those types of resorts water the shit out of their liquor because they give it away for free. But I don't give a shit because you can sit there and drink for free all day. So you're going to end up drunk anyway.
Our resort is not doing that.
Yeah, but you're paying $20 a drink. So, I mean, all-inclusive resorts.
But I mean, at the bar, they don't know that, though. They just charge it to the room.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they know. They know what that drink costs.
Well, they are not watering it down for us. I will tell you that.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I'm speaking more outside of the States.
Yeah.
Like the States has a lot more strict regulations on that, too. Like if you go out of the United States, like they don't have the same like liquor marrying and watering liquor like laws. They don't.
Well, a lot of the time, they don't even need a liquor license.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I know places in Bali you can get an all-inclusive like 4-day trip for it's like $600, and it's not great, but you'll enjoy yourself.
Yeah. It doesn't take much to like make me happy when it comes to all-inclusive. As long as, dude, we were in Carly and I right before we left Iowa. In the permanent sense, we were like, let's take one more vacation, and we went to the Dominican Republic, and the all-inclusive there, like the drinks and everything were good, but the food was like pretty mediocre. Yeah. But there was like room service that was included in that, right? And like one night I like ordered nachos, and it was like the stupidest fucking plate of nachos ever, but I was like drunk as shit, so I ate them, and I think I ordered them like 3 more times while we were there because it ended up really just being like chips and salsa is essentially what you got delivered, you know, like or maybe like chips and guac, like just something really fucking boring. And yeah, but you know, it's all inclusive drinks, dude. So you sit there and drink all day, and then anything's good. So it doesn't really matter like if it's 5-star food.
When you're 30 drinks down between the two of you, food is food.
Yeah.
I'm in desperate need of a vacation, so it's funny that, well, I guess it's not funny that you brought this up since you guys are on vacation, but I've been talking about this recently, and like my biggest thing is like I want to take a vacation for my 30th birthday, which will be my next birthday. Oh God. But anyway, I was like, I really want to go to Ireland, and the problem with that is like I only know people that have gone there and done like really touristy shit.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how the fuck can I plan something that's not so touristy, like go stay at like a small bed and breakfast in some small town or something, like, do something kind of cool like that. But it's like,
go visit all the castles and shit that are
right. Yeah. I want to do that kind of shit. I just don't know. Like, I'm not a fucking vacation planner. Like, I'm gonna have to find somebody that's smarter on that shit for me to help me out with trying to figure out what that trip's gonna look like. That's what
one thing this is the first time I've ever like done this, and I will never not do it again, is getting a rental car.
What?
I've never done it before.
Did you just say you're never going to again?
No, I never won't get a rental car again.
Oh, I thought you said don't ever get a rental car again.
No, I will always get a rental car.
Yeah.
Because like Jess and I, like Friday we have stuff planned. Like we're gonna drive probably down all the way to San Diego, and we're gonna be down there. Like
San Diego's beautiful, by the way.
It's a 2-hour drive from here, but we're gonna go down there, do some stuff down there, and that's gonna be our Friday.
I swear to God, if you go to San Diego and you don't go to Belching Beaver Brewery, I'll fucking kill you.
There's like a very high chance we're gonna end up there. I mean, come on, it's us. But yeah, like so we're gonna do that on Friday, but we wouldn't be able to do that if we just had one rental car for our family, but like there's 7 of us, so we got 2.
Yeah.
But also like most of the time I've gone on vacation, like I'm going somewhere with people I know, so I'm relying on them for transportation. Like when I came to visit you guys, like if I had to go somewhere or wanted to go somewhere, I would have to borrow one of your cars and like hope that you weren't busy. But I like if you guys were busy, that wouldn't have worked. Or if you were busy, I would have had to call an Uber, whatever.
Yeah.
From now on, I'm just renting cars. It's relatively painless.
The Blondie experience.
Yeah, Blondie I almost got into a fight at the car rental place. It's a entirely different story, but
yeah, and renting a car can be pricey depending on the season and where you go. So there's ups and downs to that. But I will say this: just like airlines, every fucking rental company has a rewards program.
Yeah.
And if you sign up for all of them, they're all free. Whenever you rent a car, there's a lot of those programs will give you like upgrades if you're a member to like the next class of car or whatever. Which is why I had that Genesis last time I went to Iowa. Instead of like some fucking Toyota, I got like a nice little Genesis to zip around in. That was kind of fun. But
like, so for us, my dad's a member because he travels a lot for work. So we got 2 cars for whatever it costs. But it was like we got a fully loaded minivan for group transportation. We have a fully loaded Toyota Corolla, Honda Accord. Sorry, for us, which is still like it's not the nicest car in the world, but it certainly serves the purpose for us as a second car. But like we got to go in the preferred line. Some guy thought he was special being in the preferred line, which we were like all in the preferred line, trying to cut us, which is how we almost got into a fight. But
you can also a lot of the time you'll eventually get to the point where they like trust you enough that you can get like contactless check in, and you just walk straight up, grab a car, and leave, which is fantastic.
We could have done that, but my dad, when he made the reservation, put him and my mom as the primary drivers and not me. So because we had to add me onto the reservation as a driver, that's the only reason we had to stand in line. Otherwise, we could have done just that, walked up to the window, gave them our reservation, got our keys, and gone.
Uncle Kyle mentioned Turo in the comments, and if you don't know what Turo is, it's like the Airbnb of rental cars. So like people will just put their own vehicles out on an app, and you can rent a car from them. And I will say this, yes, you can get it cheaper if the rental cars are more expensive, and it's a good alternative if you're comfortable with it. But it is a little sketchy in my mind still. I think it's not like it's new still, but it's like, so I've done it once. I did it one time, and it was actually when I was in Hawaii, speaking of vacations, because the rental cars in Hawaii were fucking ridiculously priced during COVID. And so we ended up getting a Turo, and the Turo was probably a quarter of the price of a rental car, but the amount of like warnings and cautions that you go into when you're renting a Turo because of like the damage you could potentially do to an individual's car. It's probably not covered by your insurance. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, my credit card covers rental car insurance.
Nope.
Not when it comes to Turo.
It's not a rental car.
You are accepting a lot more liability when you do that. That's all I'm saying. Be prepared. And it's the same thing with like Airbnbs, right? Like if you're not staying at a hotel and you're staying at an Airbnb, you're accepting a different level of risk.
Bro, I straight up will not stay in an Airbnb at this point. I've heard too many horror stories.
Oh, yeah.
I've had no problems. I really
I'll
haven't.
stick to hotel.
Had.
I have. Like we stayed in Airbnb when we went to Nashville, and we did everything by the only thing we didn't do by their specifications was they wanted us to put the sheets in a laundry bag, which we could not find. There, it was not in the apartment or the house we were staying at, and we got charged like a $300 cleaning fee. But like we went there to go to sleep. We woke up and we left. Like we were literally not there. There was no mess that we possibly could have left that was worth a $300 cleaning fee.
Yeah, there's like, and I saw an article recently talking about like the crazy level of stipulations that Airbnb hosts have gotten into now, where they're like, if you don't mow the lawn and like you know, kind of like crazy things. And so like just be careful here. Like make sure you're looking at the reviews of the host as well, and try to keep yourself out of trouble. Again, I haven't had no problems, but I totally understand why you'd want to avoid the liability of doing that too.
Like at this point, like when I go to a hotel, I don't have to worry about it. I just get here, I check in, stay in my room. They're not going to charge me a cleaning fee unless I really fuck up the room.
Well, actually, they do. It's a part of your fees on the room, but you just
but still, like it's not. I'm not booking the room, leaving, and then a week later getting a $300 cleaning charge.
Well, and Airbnb is like deceptively like priced in that point where you'll look at a room and it'll say, oh, per night it's $169. But then when you actually try to book the room, they try to like slide in there. Is the fact that, oh, you get charged a $300 cleaning fee, a $500 safety deposit, like your $169 room ends up costing you $900, and they'll find every reason to get that $900.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Not every.
I'm staying in an Airbnb in a couple weeks, and like so far it's been a great experience. Like the host has been great. There wasn't a lot of extra fees with it. The rules seem pretty lax. Like we'll see how it goes when I actually go up there. But again, we don't have to go on shitting on or going for Airbnb the whole time here. I don't think I have anything really popping off my head for vacation do's and don'ts.
It was a mid
probably not, but if you go anywhere with an ocean, go scuba diving. And if you're not certified, if you're out of the United States, there's probably a really easy certification process. So go scuba diving. That's all I got. Anything else, guys?
Same. No.
Good topic.
I'm
glad you guys are having fun in California.
It's been a great time.
Are you guys ready to rate beers, or do you want to go to the next topic?
I can rate. I still got a little bit left, but I can rate.
Same, but
what do you got, Kyle?
I'll give this one a 2.75. It's not bad. If you like Dunkels, it's basically a brown ale. In my personal opinion, pretty good. They're not anything crazy, though. They're usually not like, a lot of them aren't really like stand out delicious compared to the others of the category, but it's not bad.
Logan?
I'll do a 3.5 out of 5. This is like I'm tasting. This is like the liquid from vodka covered Sour Patch Kids.
Okay.
It's not bad, but it's not something that I enjoy.
I'm going to go with 3.25. It's a little bit, I know I'm drinking a sour, but it's a little bit too sour. There's not enough of the fruity flavor there for me. But it's still pretty solid. I would drink it again. But now going into the next one, I have better expectations of what I'm getting.
Go ahead.
What's
the next one you're going to have?
Well, I'm not opening quite yet, but it is Vice, which is a Montmorency cherries flavored sour. I'm not reading that wrong, right? Montmorency? Morency? Montmorency. Whatever. It's another sour beer. Logan, what do you got?
I got B is for brownies. It is a pastry stout. It looks fucking amazing. It is canned in Orange, California, so it's a local one.
A lot of Total Wine has a tendency to do that. They try to at least try to be relatively local to the area that you're in. Sometimes no, sometimes yes, but for the most part, you can try to get local. Now that I know that you can crack 4-packs, that makes it even easier to get the local stuff.
I was going to say, when we were going there, we were picking them out. I wasn't sure if we could crack them or not. Logan asked, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, as long as it's not in a box, you're good." And I was like, "I'm gonna let Kyle know." He just opened his selection tenfold.
Yeah,
yeah, and hopefully that's like a corporate policy and not a local store policy.
Yeah,
I would imagine that's got to be like just corporate.
Probably. All right, I'm going on to my next beer, which is from Morgan Territory Brewing, which is also a California beer, as in this one's from Tracy, California. I think all of the ones that I have in my fridge right now are locals. But this one is Bees Better Have My Honey. Looks good.
That does look good.
It's a honey wheat ale with tangerines. I think anytime you do a wheat ale that has citrus attached to it, aka your Blue Moons, your 312, is that what it's called from Goose Island? Is it 312?
Yep.
Anything like that is always really good. So hopefully this is good too.
I can know for a fact though that beer came out in the last year because of its name.
Bees Better Have My Honey?
Yeah.
When the hell did Bitch Better Have My Money come out?
I think 2021.
No
way.
Really?
That's like at least 2018.
I think it's before that. I think you guys are both off.
2016?
Let me find out.
Did it just become popular?
No.
I'm
Just living in the past. Bitch Better Have My
That's
Money.
Rihanna. That's like 2016.
Let's see. 2015.
Yeah, I was like, that's not that new.
Yeah. It's not new at all. It's 7 years ago.
That song came out before I knew Kyle.
That's true. Yeah.
The song came out when I was 14.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I'm old. Anyways, all right, Kyle, what do you have for our second topic of the evening?
No way, fool. You go.
Damn, that's crazy.
You got bamboozled.
I really did.
No way. You're up. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to stick with the vacation theme.
Okay.
No, money is no object. You can plan your dream 7-day vacation. You can even go to a different place every single day.
Okay.
Teleportation is allowed, no travel time. Give me your 7 days.
Okay. I would have to be relatively general, so let me go not first. Logan, you can go first, but also Carly said Rihanna hasn't given us new music in too long. Isn't there something where like Rihanna did some shitty shit in the public eye and she's not well regarded anymore? I could be totally wrong.
Think so.
I could have sworn I saw an article recently where somebody was saying Rihanna was kind of a shitbag.
Was that Rihanna or Beyonce?
Fuck, I don't know, dude. I'm really not pop culture relevant, so I don't even know why I'm bringing it up.
I saw a TikTok that was accusing Beyonce of faking a pregnancy or something.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
That's weird.
I know one of them got bashed.
Anyway, go ahead, Logan. 7 days, perfect vacation.
Day 1, Rome.
Okay.
I'm a fucking nerd. Day 2, Athens. And just kind of the general.
But what are you doing?
Oh well, I mean, in Rome, I'm going to the Colosseum. I'm probably going to go to the Vatican City because, as far as I'm aware, it's pretty close by. I would go and visit other the palace and other structures like that. For Athens/Greece, I would go and visit the Parthenon, the statues, museums, all that kind of stuff. Just because I'm a mythology nerd and I love that part of ancient history. Day 3, I'd go to Ireland. I would go to all their old castles, all of the kind of Nordic sites that are there as well. There's a lot of just history there. I would go to Finland because, as far as I'm aware, that's kind of where we're from, or our ancestors.
Oh,
aren't we Nordic?
No,
we're Irish, but I thought we were.
We're Irish, and then on Dad's side, we're Welsh, and then mainland Europe.
I don't know what I am on my dad's side, so I can just say anything, and you have to.
Well, I'm wrong on that one, but still, Viking shit.
We're
pretty cool.
I'm pretty confident on my dad's side. We're mostly Welsh.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Perry is a Welsh name.
Anyways,
yeah. So that was what day.
Uncle Kyle said you're mutts.
So Dave.
We are mutts.
Yeah.
We're very Irish, though. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
My family is at least 50% Irish.
Day 5, I would go to. I'm not in any danger, am I?
No.
Okay. I'd go to the Amazon because
Don't
that
drink
would
the water.
Don't drink the water.
Yeah, no.
Then you might be in danger.
Because that just seems like a phenomenal time, especially if I can just oh shit, there's a tiger, pink, and just blink out.
Yeah.
Day 6, I would go to probably Bali because they have really nice waterfronts. And I would just spend a day there on their beaches. And then day 7, I would probably actually go to Yellowstone.
Okay.
All right, day 1. Because I can teleport around and everything, I think I could hit every major World War II site in Europe in one day.
Not a shot.
Teleportation.
No, you can.
With teleportation, I definitely could.
Are you spending time there?
I just need to see them all, and I don't
Then
need to spend
no.
a ton of time, right? Like,
But major
need to
World
go
War II
spend-
sites, there's not that many. Like,
for example, I don't need to go spend an entire day at Auschwitz. Like, I can go see it for a little bit and then leave, right? Like, so I could just teleport around.
yeah,
Maybe
you
2
get
days at
there,
most.
You get Moscow.
I spent 7 days.
But you
In
couldn't
that-
teleport, Logan.
Okay, but still, in one day,
You're also
no shot.
you were doing that as part of a high school class where like you have to like.
We were there for like an hour.
Maybe 2 days, okay? All right, anyway. At least 1 to 2 days.
I'll
going
give you
World War
one
II
day
sites,
for all World War II major sites
because I really want to do that. And then day 2 and 3, probably 2 days, I would spend in Ireland. Because I really fucking want to spend some time in Ireland. I'm really excited to go there sometime. And spend some time castles and all that stuff. Like, I want to actually spend some time enjoying that experience. So I'll take a couple days there. Day 4, 5, and 6, I think I would literally just take seeing Europe, a lot of the same things that Logan already talked about. Like, I want to see the Colosseum, things like that. And then I would want to spend 1 day scuba diving in Thailand. They have some of the best diving in the world, and I really want to go dive there.
All right.
That's it.
For me, day 1, going to Ireland just to see where I'm from. Northern Ireland specifically, because that's where our family's from.
Mhm.
According to some random lady at Target who looked in my eyes and said, "Your family must be from Northern Ireland."
Yeah.
Turns out she was right. But yeah, I would like to see where that side of my family is from. I think that'd be really cool. Plus Ireland, Scotland. I'd probably travel there a little bit too as part of day 1. Hit a couple golf courses up,
Scotland, not Finland.
Get a couple 9-hole rounds in there. Just hit some of the classics, the Old Course, just Dunkirk, real historic golf courses.
I think my aunt has traced our lineage back to like where we're from in Ireland. I just haven't spent any time asking her, and I really need to get that data. But I think my aunt has she's way more obsessed with like family lines than I am. I'd have to figure that out.
But that would be day 1 for me. Day 2, I'm going to Australia. I've always wanted to go there. I think it'd be really cool to go there. I want to
Carly
see.
really wants to go to Australia.
Yeah, I want to go there. I want to see a little bit of everything. I want to see Sydney. I want to see like the outback. I want to see, just the things you don't get to see here. There's a lot there that just you can't get in the United States or really in a lot of other places.
I'm sure this isn't as true as people make it sound like it is, but like the running joke about Australia is that everything in Australia wants to kill you. And so I don't know that I want to go there because I hate fucking bugs.
Same. That's what I'm
hate
worried
bugs.
about.
And there's a lot of fucking scary bugs down there. So.
Yeah, there's a horrific amount of insects and other animals that.
Which is the same reason why I don't want to go to the Amazon, by the way.
Well, that's why I asked if I was in danger.
I don't even care about danger. I just care about irritation at that point. Like,
Yeah.
even if it's not going to kill me, I still don't want to be around that shit.
Yeah, I don't want to be fucking annoyed by it.
I like plumbing.
Day 3 for me, I'm probably going to go to Costa Rica. That's where Jess wants to go that's where we wanted to go for our honeymoon.
Yeah.
Didn't get to because of COVID. Hopefully we're trying to get there for like our 5th anniversary, but I'd want to go there. There's a lot to really enjoy there. A lot of really good food, a lot of really good sights, a lot of enjoyable places like that. Day 4, I think I'd want to go somewhere extreme, like Antarctica. I know you really can't go there, but like, if money's no
Yeah, you
object, not really.
People
Not
go to
as a
Antarctica all the time.
tourist.
They go as like a fucking penguin watcher or whatever the hell.
No.
You can't just be like, I'm going to Antarctica today, though.
I think
Like,
you can.
I don't think you can.
I think you can go buy a plane ticket to Antarctica. It's probably really expensive, but I bet you can.
Probably, but
I don't know that for sure. You'll have to fact check me here, but I'm pretty sure you could buy a plane ticket there if you really wanted to.
Logan's fact checking you. But I think it'd be cool to see a part of the world that 99% of people don't get to see. I think
Yeah,
that'd
true.
be pretty unique.
I hate the cold. I don't want to do it, but
I
can
also
respect
hate the cold, but I still think I'd want to do it.
You can. There are
Bingo.
approximately 54,000 visitors that go to Antarctica every
See?
year.
But my
I
point
told
still
you.
stands that 99.9% of people will never go there.
Yeah.
How many people are on the planet now?
7
5 billion?
billion?
Is this up to 7?
It's like 7 billion.
It's been 7 billion since like 2012.
How many people on the planet?
That one I know because I was still
7.7 billion. Holy shit.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say I was in middle school.
That was
when we
as of
hit
2020.
7 billion.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyways, day 5, I think I want to go to. I don't know. There's a lot of places that'd be really cool to go. I think, especially if teleportation is allowed, I'd want to travel to each of the like major distilleries in the world. So going to your Jack Daniels, Buffalo Trace, going to places in Ireland and Scotland to see Irish whiskey and Scottish whiskey and like
Bing
Scotch
bong,
whiskeys.
somebody's at your door.
Yeah.
Bing bong.
Bing
Yeah, I
bong.
think I'd want to travel around to the major distilleries like that. That'd be day 5 for me.
That'd be fun.
Day 6 would be. I would want to go somewhere with scuba diving, maybe like a Hawaii.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Hawaii. Maybe it's somewhere in the Caribbean. Probably somewhere in the Caribbean. I think that'd be cooler. I've never been, so I can't vouch
You
on
can
that.
add it into your Australia trip too, because the Great Barrier Reef is there, even though
Yeah,
it's
that's
rapidly
true.
dying.
But I think I'd want to experience that part of nature a little bit. And then on day 7, you know what? I'm gonna say fuck it. I'm gonna go to every major amusement park in the world,
That's a good one.
and I'm gonna experience. I'm gonna experience like just like Google like the top 10 roller coasters in the world. I want to
Yeah.
experience all of them in one
Teleport
day.
into the front seat too.
Yeah,
I was gonna
I'm
say.
going back to back to back to back. I'm not stopping roller coasters for 24
Yeah.
hours straight.
I have had a major amusement park itch recently that I just need to scratch so bad, but I don't have the opportunity right
We
now.
talked about going to Knott's Berry Farm while we were
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
but we ended up apparently not doing that. So
I want to go back to Universal so bad. Universal in
been-
Orlando was like the coolest shit I've ever been to.
We
Harry
haven't-
Potter World just fucking dropped my jaw, literally. Like it
Oh
was
my
the coolest
god,
fucking shit.
you
I've
are a
ever
Harry Potter fucking adult,
done.
aren't
It was
you?
so good.
we haven't been since 10 years. Like it was probably maybe no longer than that because I wasn't even in high school yet the last time we went.
I think the last time I personally went to like Universal or a park like that, I think I was 16.
Yeah, for me it was even longer. I
Yeah,
don't think I
because
was.
you didn't go on a
Or
vacation.
it was
with us.
it was whatever year. It was 2011 because that was the year Caitlin won. That was the year we won state for baseball. So it was 2011 was the last time I really went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
the
like,
only
you
time
could-
I've ever really gone. I didn't grow up doing that. We went to Adventureland in Iowa, which is a shithole, and I'm sure Uncle Kyle knows that. So it is what it is. Like you can kind of scratch the roller coaster itch there, but it's not like Universal or anything like that. That was the first real experience I got to do that. It was
Yeah, I mean
amazing.
anything in the Midwest outside of like maybe Six Flags.
Yeah.
It's
Six
gonna-
Flags fucking sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be terrible. And
At least
Six
get like
Flags-
Cedar Point.
Yes.
We spent a full 3 days in the park, dude, and my legs were on fire by the end of it, but I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm still gonna walk around this bitch and like explore everything. I had such a good time. Is this your other brother in the chat?
I'm on full screen, so I can't see the
There
chat.
you go, Ethan.
Yes. Yep, that is
Yeah.
Ethan. That
Is
is
that
our
a
middle
first?
brother. Ethan in the chat. That is a first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he with you guys?
He is in he's in Logan's hotel room, which is right below us. But yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
It's
other
actually-
pair that I've never met or barely heard about.
That tracks. If
Welcome to the chat.
Yeah, last time you all went, you were 13, which would have made you 16.
When Ethan's 2.5, almost 3 years younger than me. So
Yeah.
if he was 13, I was 15. So yeah, 2011.
He just said hello. All right. Let's see.
I like
Anything else we
Kyle's
need to touch on the
idea.
vacation? Did we hit everything? I think we
If
did.
there's any other spots that I didn't mention, I would love to go to. I would like to go to the World War II battle sites. I think that's awesome.
It is
I
a
think that'd be-
it is a must do on my bucket list.
Yeah,
I will
I-
go do that someday.
I'll probably end up doing that before I'm done too. I would love to go to Asia as well. I didn't include that on mine, but I would like to take a tour of like Vietnam, Thailand.
Do you
like
guys
some
want
of the-
another don't do on vacation?
Hmm.
Don't go to fucking Russia and don't go to China right now.
Yeah,
As an
probably,
American tourist, don't do those two things.
probably can say I wouldn't do either of those.
Yeah.
The world's way too contentious for that shit right now.
Yeah,
Look at
Well-
Griner.
I was gonna say
Whatever
that's how you
it is.
end up like Brittany Griner as a fucking
Yeah,
basically.
don't do that. It's a bad time to do that. Pay
Yeah.
attention to politics when you travel places. You might not
Yes.
think it's going to impact you, but it 100% will. That's a
It
do
will.
for vacation. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Good topic. Anything else?
that's it.
Have you started your next beer?
I have.
Has anybody gotten to the point where they're ready to rate another beer? Which
No.
probably not. Okay, sweet. I have a couple things before I go to my topic. One, what's your least favorite October/fall candy, Halloween candy, maybe if you want to go there.
I know what you're gonna fucking say, and it's gonna.
This is a
piss
quick
me
question,
off.
not a topic, so just go ahead.
What do you got?
My least favorite, as much as I enjoy them around Halloween, gobstoppers.
Jake?
I wouldn't call that like a.
Are
I
we
don't know.
talking like specifically Halloween candy?
Yes, it's got to be something that you get around the fall/Halloween timeframe.
Pixie sticks. 100% pixie
You're
sticks.
just naming a bunch of shit that's
I
around
was
all
gonna
the
say
time.
you're naming shitty candy.
I only ever have had or seen pixie sticks around Halloween.
That's interesting.
Because I feel like the answer Kyle is looking for here is candy corn.
I don't.
Bingo.
I don't.
No.
hate candy.
Candy corn is
So-
amazing. Go fuck yourself.
Actually, I'm not saying that because
I
I
don't
hate
like-
candy corn. I actually
I
do
like
like
candy
candy
corn.
corn, but I say that because so many people hate candy corn.
Yeah.
No, I love
And
candy corn.
credit to Carly for doing this, but I've never seen variations on candy corn in my life. Maybe in color, but not in flavor.
Yeah, I have
Other
that.
than I think they have that one that has like chocolate in it or whatever.
Yeah, that's what
But
it
either
is.
way, you don't see a lot of variations on the fucking candy corn. It's,
Yeah.
it's candy corn, right? They make Nerds candy corn now.
What?
And Carly went and bought it, brought it home, and was like, I got this candy, and she set it out, and it doesn't really resemble like candy corn like you'd think. And so she like laid it on the table, and I was like, what is that? And then I ate it, and I was like, holy shit, this is pretty good. And then I look at or she's like, it's Nerds candy corn, and I was like, holy shit, this is really fucking good. So if you like candy corn from like a texture perspective, get you some Nerds candy corn because it's delicious.
Yeah, I think the only thing I can say I hate around this time is everything is marshmallow related.
Oh,
and I'm
my-
really not
yeah.
a huge fan of that.
I think that's way more prevalent in the Easter time frame, which as a non-religious person that doesn't really like marshmallow stuff, I think that's the worst fucking holiday. So,
Yeah, you're not alone there.
but peeps, if you leave them out for a day or two and let them get a little bit denser,
Yeah, hard,
better.
hard
Yeah.
peeps, not bad.
I like Peeps, but I hate everything else marshmallow.
Hmm.
I'm not even
Yeah.
a big fan of s'mores, if I'm honest.
I think s'mores are fine. Carly
I'll
loves
fuck with
s'mores.
We
I
had
just-
them yesterday.
Have you guys ever
Yeah,
done the
but here's
s'mores with
the
a
thing.
Reese's cup?
We
Yeah.
did it. So we didn't do it with Reese's cups yesterday, but
Reese's.
there's like a
Sorry.
Reese's chocolate bar.
Is there?
Yeah, it's really good. It's great for s'mores because it's not as
Not
thick
Take
as a peanut
Five?
butter cup.
They have a different
No,
bar?
it's literally just like a
Yeah.
chocolate bar with Reese's peanut butter in it.
That's interesting.
It's very good. Great for s'mores because it's not overly thick like a peanut butter cup can be.
I will say though, s'mores are definitely overrated because for the most part, you only ever have one s'more, and then you're like, yeah, I'm good.
Ethan, go away. I don't even like you already. Pumpkin spice everything is overrated, he said. That's so untrue. Like
It's
pumpkin
so
spice
untrue.
is such a good flavor, and you don't even have to like pumpkin spice lattes. I'm okay
No.
with that. I'm okay if you don't like that because like I'm a black coffee drinker, and I could totally understand why somebody wouldn't like,
Yeah.
a lot of flavor in their coffee or a lot of sugar
Yeah.
in their coffee. Fine, but there is some really fucking good pumpkin spice shit out there, and if you aren't experiencing it, you're just a to include pumpkin spiced beers, right? Like pumpkin flavored
Yeah.
beers because of pumpkin spice, right? Like so you just, go away, Ethan.
All right, what else you got, Kyle?
I had another like quick question, but it's escaping me now, so I'm gonna have to see if I think of it again, and maybe I will, maybe I won't. Doesn't matter. Okay, do you guys want to go serious or do you want to keep it light?
Your call.
I have so many now, thanks to Carly. She gave me so many good ideas.
Thanks, Carl.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll keep it kind of light, but we'll put it right in the middle. This is a good one.
Okay.
All right, if you can share a meal with any 4 people, living or dead, who would they be?
Ooh. That's tough.
4 people.
Shit.
Yeah, that's rough. I know one.
Sit down at the dinner table. 4 people.
All right.
I know two.
Who are
We're going to go one by one. Logan, what's your first one?
FDR.
Okay.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Do you have a
Okay.
reason specifically?
That man is the only president ever to go more than 2 terms. He brought us out of World War II, the Great Depression.
All of a sudden, your fucking Chicagoisms of your language are coming out.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
He had fucking polio. Half the population literally didn't know what he died of when he died
Yeah.
because they didn't realize he had polio.
Well, he also tried to hide it. I mean, not very successfully. He was just like in the wheelchair and everything, getting help at the end. But yeah, he tried to fight it. Can you believe that there is still somebody alive that's on the iron lung? I think.
Yeah.
One person, I think, in the world right now. I could be wrong on that number, but I think there's only one left that's on an iron lung.
I think someone else just got put on it recently because I think someone just got polio.
There was a resurgence of polio, but it's crazy to me that that's still the treatment. Like, there's nothing else yet.
Yeah.
We're
like, but I guess it's probably because polio mostly went away. Okay, anyway, Jake, what's your first one?
I'd go Jackie Robinson.
Okay.
I just, obviously, like, the baseball connection is there, but I want to know, like, I think he'd be a perfect person to talk to really have experienced what it was like to be a prominent African American in a time where racism was so heavily still prevalent in a lot of the country. And I you know, obviously, like, there's still racism that happens to this day, but like, he was one of the first people to really get people to push, like, people like just accepted him for being who he was because he was good at sports. But he was very vocal about the struggles of being a black man during that time. So I think he'd be a really unique person to sit down with, because you could, not only could I talk baseball with him, but I could talk life with him and really understand what his struggle was like to go through everything that he went through.
Sure. I think here's a couple that I think would pop right off the page as people that, you know, a lot of people would say that I would not say. And one of them is Socrates. And I think this is why. I think Socrates would actually annoy the shit out of me. I think he would literally drive me nuts, because like the reason for his fame, right, is because he like questioned everything. Like everything that he does is through Inquisition. And I think that would fucking drive me crazy. He'd be like a little kid going, why?
Was it Socrates that basically told Alexander the Great to go fuck himself?
I don't know.
I feel like a lot of people told Alexander the Great.
No, he literally was in a barrel, naked. Alexander the Great said, "Oh, this is the great Socrates," or whichever philosopher it was. And
what?
He basically told Alexander the Great, "Leave. I don't care who you are."
Huh. Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but that's one that I would not have on my list because I think you'd drive me nuts. And Uncle Kyle threw out another one that I think that I wouldn't want to do, and that's Einstein. And the only reason why is because I feel like that dude's level of intelligence would be so far beyond my like dinner table conversation that it wouldn't be meaningful to me to have like a conversation with that guy over the dinner table. Here's my number one though, and this isn't like a ranked order. This is the first one that comes to mind, and that is the Barack Obama. I think that dude could provide some super fucking good human advice to you, and like just some general like how to be a person life advice.
Let me be
clear. He might
just
be a good dude to talk to. So that's my number one on the list.
Logan,
my number two is Steve Jobs.
Okay.
Just a literal innovator in everything he did. The man walked out onto stage with the same outfit every single year, and no one questioned it. And he blew our fucking minds every single time.
Unpopular opinion: Steve Jobs thrived off the intelligence of others. Next.
Yes. So
dude, that is so true for so many people though. Like so many people have taken credit for like the creations of their team. Uncle Kyle said he'd like to see Rogan and Einstein go back and forth. That would be brutal. That would be so brutal to watch, because Einstein would be like, "You're a fucking idiot," and he'd show up high too. Rogan would show up just stoned out of his mind. Einstein would be like, "What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, we're here to like, it'd be
I'm in a weird place with Joe Rogan.
What was that?
That was my dad. Dave is in the other room.
Some deep like chest laughter.
Yeah,
that's having a good time.
That is Dave for you. I don't know. For me, like, I'm in a weird place with Joe Rogan where I think Joe Rogan is in the perfect place to do what he does, but he also just agrees with whoever he's talking to at the time. So I think like him and Einstein going back and forth would basically just be Einstein like spewing his knowledge and Joe Rogan being like, "Yeah, you are a genius." Yeah. Like, I just don't think there's really like, I don't think Rogan's like an intellectual who could go back and forth.
He's kind of like a fucking Socrates dude. He's just really good at questioning shit and like driving conversation. Like he's a personable dude. Anyway, really quick, I'm gonna, because there's another comment and you said you're not in full screen. So Carly said that her list is her mom, who passed, so totally understand that. Her grandma, but who has dementia now, so she's doesn't remember as well. She wants she wants both of those to like have that opportunity one more time. Bernie Sanders and an ancestor that immigrated here. That's her list.
Yeah, I think next up for me, would be kind of similarly along the lines of Carly. Just one of my grandparents on my mom's side, either my grandma or my grandpa, they both had a ton of life experience. I didn't get to spend as much time with them as I would have liked, and I think the opportunity to speak to them, again, would obviously be phenomenal, especially since it's been what, I was 14 when they passed away, so it's been almost half my life that I've been without them. So like it'd be really cool knowing what I know now and having the life experience that I have now to get to talk to one of them again.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was typing and waiting for you to continue, and then I realized that you were going quiet. Okay, so, and I had to add this to my list, and I'm not trying to steal from Carly, but I am totally stealing from Carly, and that's like, it didn't come to my mind right away because this is a tough one for sure. But my grandpa would be one that I'd throw at the dinner table too, because like the rest of my family, for the most part, that I talk to is still alive, and he's like the first like major loss that I had.
Right.
And like, you'd always probably go back and have that one more conversation. So that's another one that I would do. My grandpa.
Logan?
I'm going to go with completely switching off of the family portion of this.
Sure.
I'd probably go with Alexander the Great.
Okay.
We had mentioned him earlier because actually I was wrong. It wasn't Socrates. It was Diogenes that told him to go fuck himself, basically. And then he went and slept back in his barrel, naked, mind you. And just the man literally conquered most of the known world at that time, got bored, went to Egypt, banged Cleopatra, had children with Cleopatra, and then just left. And then died on his way back, and they have no idea where he is. That just seems like you could have so many interesting conversations with just an utter tactical genius.
Ooh, I got a good one. Go ahead, Jake. I think you're up next.
Number 3 for me would probably be. Could go a few different ways here. I'm gonna go with. Try not to steal the Barack Obama run. Barack Obama would definitely be in my 4, but I don't want to copy here, so I want to. Sure. I'll go with JFK. I think, kind of, an innovator of change at the time in a way, but also a life cut too short, given obviously what happened. But I think it'd be interesting to, kind of hear his thoughts. Obviously, he wasn't the greatest person. Obviously, his supposed affair with Marilyn Monroe, amongst others, like, he's a prime example of like somebody who could do a lot of good, but also do a lot of bad at the same time. And I want to hear kind of their perspective on things.
Logan has something to say.
So assuming that we get these people,
yeah,
are they as they were when they died?
No, you're not going to have like splattered brain JFK at the dinner table.
That's my question.
Yeah, no. You're getting them in their prime, in my opinion.
Yeah,
okay.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Or like how you remember them best.
Also, it's not even an allegation at this point. It was confirmed. JFK had multiple different affairs because he was an actual like documented sex addict.
Well,
all right.
Anyways.
On that note, next on my list, and I had a hard time going. I had 2 people that I was trying to decide between for this one. So I'm going to go with Neil deGrasse Tyson because, and this is why. So I would choose not Einstein because I think Einstein's like, and it's harder to say because you don't have like a lot of relevant like video clips or like adages for Einstein as you do now. Jesus. Carly said if JFK could come back, he'd be banging prostitutes on the dinner table.
That sounds like a lovely dinner.
But anyway, I think Einstein would just be, it would be hard to connect with him on like a personal level and like interpret the information he's giving you. But Neil deGrasse Tyson does a really good job of explaining things at like a stupid person level like me. And he's also just a personable dude, but he's also extremely smart. So you add the one smart person to the table to get some good, some good conversation with him. I think he'd be good.
I just think he's fucking hilarious. Like
he's
watching
really
him,
yeah.
like not
His
even
tweets
like
are sometimes really funny too.
But he's not even like unfunny, or he's not even funny on purpose a lot of the time. Like just a lot of the shit that he says, his brain just works in a different way than a lot of us, so it sounds fucking hilarious. But he's just like he's spewing facts, but it comes off like almost like a joke, like a really well written joke.
Well, sometimes he is kidding too. Like if you follow him on Twitter, he's pretty fucking
Yeah,
funny.
100%.
All right, Logan, up next for you.
Number 4.
Last one.
So this one I had to think a lot. I was like, well, shit, I picked 3 dead people. Let's go with someone a little bit, more breathable. So we're gonna go with a fat Elon Musk.
Ugh.
I'm also of the opinion of, but also I want to see like what his philosophy is on life. Just knowing that like half the population would fucking start a war over this man, and then the other half would like start the war against him. You don't have a more a divisive man than Elon Musk. The man that is loved and hated by both Ukraine and Russian officials. The president, the prime minister or whatever of Ukraine, basically told him, "Hey, if you want to show faith for us, stop being a part of Russian politics."
Did you see the tweet that just came out? I think maybe yesterday or today, where he got in some Twitter fight with a guy that's been actively helping Ukraine for the past 10, 15 years, and he basically told the guy on Twitter you're a piece of shit. You've only ever helped them by tweeting, and so somebody else chimed in and was posting a bunch of pictures of that guy actively protesting and fighting for Ukraine and shit like that, and they're yeah, I think he's been in a little bit more because Elon was oh, I've been in so much danger by helping Ukraine, and this guy was actually there, and so
I think
it's a pretty awkward encounter.
I haven't seen that, but I can 100% picture that happening.
To be fair, I haven't looked into this at all. I've just seen the headlines of it, the snips. So I don't know how relevant this really is or not, but it looked pretty bad in my opinion from a headline point of view.
I just want to see all of what his mentality is on all of the bullshit he's done that he still gets blind faith for. It's always great to watch Tesla stocks. He says some dumb shit and Tesla stock goes
Dogecoin. Yeah,
and then it goes way the fuck down, and then and then something happens with that, and it just skyrockets.
Yeah. Dude, I saw or I heard a story from somebody that I work with that did a short stint with NASA, and they said that they were this person was working on the floor of a NASA launch or whatever, a test launch or something at one point in time when Elon showed up, and so somebody I work with got to meet Elon, and I guess he walks in a suit looking nice or whatever, or I don't know if it was a full on multi-piece suit or whatever, but he looked nice, business, professional, right? Walks in and on the floor and was just gonna shake hands with a few people, and this the person I was talking to was yeah, looked good, and then I looked down and he was fucking barefoot. Dude walks in a full on suit, barefoot. I was what a weird fucking way to live. It's so fucking funny.
That tracks.
It's just a fucking weird thing to do, and I don't know how true that is or not, but it's just it totally fits the personality, so it doesn't surprise me at all.
It's one of those things of it can never be fully authenticated, but at the same time, you believe it.
Yeah.
It probably happened.
All right, Jake, last on your list. Let's hear it.
All right, my last one. This is my person who is alive. MrBeast.
Okay.
I think it'd be
to hear what his theory is on life or what?
A little bit. Just to see his perspective, because from everything I see, the interviews, whenever he's on something that isn't his channel, he seems like such a normal dude who just
he does seem like a pretty
manipulated his way into being a near billionaire at this
point.
point.
Not even really manipulation, dude. He just threw some shit out on the internet to fuck around, and then
I say manipulated, but that's what I mean. He just did what he wanted to do, and it just fucking worked. It's so rare that somebody just does something like he does, and it just turns there's so many people who've tried similar things to him and just haven't gone anywhere. But
there are so many conversations about timing in life and how how much it plays, and if you think about it, and him coming out at the real advent of prominence of YouTube, viral YouTubers, that dude timed it perfectly.
Yeah, he could not have done a better job.
Yeah,
I mean, I remember the first time I saw MrBeast on my feed, he was still sponsored by that stupid sticker app, and I think I watched a 6-hour fucking video of him just counting to 100,000.
Yeah, he did dumb shit.
That was his first ever famous one, right? Was just counting.
Yeah, he did dumb shit like that, and then he was randomly I'm gonna give away $10,000. I'm gonna give away $100,000. I'm gonna buy a car dealership and just give away the cars.
Yeah,
yeah, he's done some really cool shit.
But I think it'd be super cool to see his perspective of someone from our generation who gives back so much and has done so much for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to see that perspective with the other people who have lived just in different generations, seen different parts of life.
Yeah.
Like, I think that just kind of wraps the dynamic of the dinner table up super well and just gives a unique perspective from every area of humanity and different points in time.
I've got a final throw in for my last one, and it's because I like to laugh. You need to have the laughter. I think all of these people, by the way, would get along really well at the table, except for maybe my grandpa. He'd be like, these dang people. Like, he'd be a little grumpy, but like, I'm fucking grumpy all the time too. But anyway, Bill Murray. Bill Murray's my number 4. I think Bill Murray's fucking hilarious. I think he'd be a great dude to just chill with and like chit chat with. And R.I.P. Bill Murray. But he, I know he's not dead. I'm just kidding. But it's a Zombieland reference.
What the fuck is Bill Murray guy?
I was
He's
like,
just
what
a zombie now.
Like, am I gonna start crying?
No, but yeah, it'd be great to have Bill Murray at the table, and we can bring in zombie Bill Murray from Zombieland and bring him in, and he could pretend to be dead, and it'd be great.
I gotta agree with you though. If I were to pick like a comedian to be at the dinner table, it would be Bill Murray. I couldn't pick like an actual like.
Dude's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
George Carlin.
I couldn't. I would rather have Bill Murray there.
I would rather have George Carlin. George Carlin is fucking hilarious.
All right, that's going to do it for another episode of Two Average Husbands. Jake and Logan, let's hear your final ratings for your beers, and we will close this out.
I'm going to give this one a 3.25 again. Kind of everything I expected it to be. It's good sour, but you have to like sours. But 3.25. Fair rating.
Logan?
I'm going to give mine like a 1.5. It's... I had a pastry stout on the last podcast I was on, and it was actually a brownie pastry stout, I believe, too, and it was a whole lot better than this. This is just real bitter. Which is strange.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's like not sweet at all, and that's kind of weird.
All right, I gave my final beer a 3.25. It is good, not great. It is way lighter than most of like the citrus sweets that you're gonna get.
Yeah,
and there's really not that much flavor to it, and I don't think they incorporated the honey really for being that part of the title of the beer. So fine, not great, decent enough beer that I would drink it again, but nothing I'm going to crave. All right, that's going to do it all for this episode of Two Average Husbands. Thank you again for joining us. We are just over time. Not so bad, pretty good. So follow us on social media. Jake is on his personal at Perry_FF. I'm at Kyle Anderson on Twitter. And then you can follow us on our Two Average Husbands account at #2AVG Husbands on Twitter and Instagram. And from those places, you can find our link tree, which will take you to everywhere that we broadcast now on the recorded versions of the podcast outside of live. You can watch us live. Thank you, Logan, for continuing to wave. You can watch us live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter now, and you can comment there as well. And we are still sitting in the Discord channel, available there for chat as well. So feel free to comment in any of those places. Let us know what you want us to talk about, and we will continue to do any topics that you guys suggest. Logan, you're going to drive me crazy. I think that's all I've got, just so I can get Logan to stop waving. Jake, you can close us the rest of the way out.
As Kyle said, make sure you check us out everywhere. I am on vacation, so these podcast episodes, the most recent one prior to this one and this one, will be uploaded on streaming platforms here once I return. Make sure you check us out on all of our platforms so those platforms know to promote us to other people. If you like the content, other people will like the content. As always, we thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the interaction. If you had something you want us to talk about, let us know. If you have something you want us to drink, let us know. We are here to please the people. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you in the next episode. And as always, don't forget to tell somebody that you love them.
Goodbye!